Deep within a dense forest, a group of mountain bandits stumbles upon a mysterious, enchanting song drifting through the trees. Intrigued, they follow the melody to a ruin, where they encounter three beautiful sisters, Lian, Li Qing, and Qi Luo. Mesmerized by their beauty, the bandits grow bolder and demand that the sisters join them. Li Qing, hearing their demands, stretches her neck in a subtle sign of agreement. But what the bandits don't know is that these three girls are no ordinary women. They are demons. Without hesitation, Li Qing and her sisters capture the bandits, ready to feast on their souls. Just as they prepare to strike, a monk named Feng Yi steps into the scene. With lightning speed, he unleashes a barrage of offensive techniques and sealing spells, forcing the demons back. His power rattles Qi Luo and Li Qing, putting them on the defensive. Seeing her sisters in danger, Lian makes a bold decision. She transforms into a massive serpent, her enormous form coiling through the air. Despite her immense power, she finds herself unable to overpower Feng Yi. His giant coin technique proves too much for her to handle. Outmatched and overwhelmed, Lian and her sisters make the tough decision to retreat, disappearing into the shadows. Their plans thwarted. After the battle, Lian and Li Qing seek refuge in a small, secluded hut to recover from their wounds. As they rest, the sisters share the truth behind their mission. They are collecting human souls to offer to their leader, a powerful demon named Ma. If they fail, the punishment will be severe. Not long after, a young man named Wang Sheng stumbles into the hut, having lost his way in the forest. Seeing Lian injured, Li Qing seizes the opportunity. Using her seductive charm, she begins to flirt with him, her body a tempting distraction. But Wang Sheng, strong-willed and unmoved, rejects her advances without hesitation. In fact, he tells her bluntly that he finds his wife far more beautiful than her. Unfazed but curious, Li Qing wonders how his resolve could be so firm. Concerned her allure won't be enough to sway him, Wang Sheng decides to leave. Before he goes, he hands Li Qing some clothing, advising her to cover herself as he exits the hut. Once he's gone, Li Qing can't shake her curiosity about Wang Sheng's wife. She couldn't understand why Wang Sheng would turn her down so easily. As Wang Sheng makes his way through the forest, he stumbles upon a wedding procession, the sounds of celebration filling the air. But his peace is shattered when he suddenly comes face to face with Li Qing. Furious, she demands an explanation for his rejection, her eyes burning with intensity. Confused and alarmed, Wang Sheng tries to slip away, but she's relentless, threatening his life unless he agrees to take her to his home. Despite her threats, Wang Sheng, a man of kindness and integrity, can't bring himself to harm her. After a tense moment, he reluctantly agrees, but only on the condition that he asks his wife, Tu Pan, for permission. She is a city general, and Wang Sheng knows the gravity of the situation. Nervous, he explains to Tu Pan that, while searching for medicine in the mountains, he had found a girl being harassed by bandits. As a husband and the spouse of a general, he feels it's his duty to help her. When they arrive, Li Qing reveals her true nature, and Wang Sheng's demon-sensing bottle reacts, alerting Tu Pan. Still, Tu Pan doesn't immediately recognize Li Qing as a demon. She's recently received reports of demons infiltrating the village and possessing villagers, which makes her cautious but not yet convinced. Meanwhile, two exorcists struggle to free the villagers from demonic possession, their efforts pushing them to the brink. Soon, Tu Pan and her subordinates arrive just in time, successfully defeating the demons and restoring order to the village. Later that evening, as the moon rises, Wang Sheng and Tu Pan engage in their nightly ritual, a deeply intimate practice that has been part of their family tradition for years, one that binds them together in a way words never could. When Li Qing returned to Lian, the air was thick with tension. Lian wasted no time asking why Li Qing hadn't yet claimed Wang Sheng's soul. Li Qing's answer was surprising. Wang Sheng was different. His loyalty to his wife set him apart from other men, and it had kept Li Qing from taking his soul. Lian, sensing the danger, warned Li Qing about their leader, Ma. If Ma discovered their failure, the consequences would be severe. Still, Lian supported her sister, but only on the condition that Qi Luo didn't find out. Meanwhile, Qi Luo, the deadly spider demon, prowled the city, hunting for prey. Her eyes narrowed when she saw a group of thugs harassing a woman. Without hesitation, she struck. One by one, she absorbed the souls of the thugs, but before she could finish, two exorcists appeared, ready to capture her. Feng Yi, sensing her demonic presence, soon arrived. Realizing she couldn't take him on alone, Qi Luo fled, her rage and frustration simmering beneath the surface. Later, Qi Luo and Lian stood before Mama, ready to present the human souls they had collected. But Li Qing was still absent. Lian quickly covered for her sister, claiming that Li Qing was out hunting for more souls. But Qi Luo wasn't fooled. She grew suspicious when she realized Li Qing hadn't brought back any souls at all. Mama's anger was palpable as she gave a chilling ultimatum. Qi Luo and Lian had until the fall season to gather 72 human souls. Fail, and Mama would no longer protect them. The next morning, the city buzzed with the news of several thugs found dead. As a result, Tupan quickly ordered an increase in city patrols, determined to prevent any more violence. Later that evening, Wang Sheng was enjoying a relaxing bath when, unexpectedly, Li Qing appeared once again, her seductive charm evident as she tried to lure him in. But Wang Sheng stood firm, rejecting her advances. Just as the tension thickened, Tupan appeared at the door. Panicked, Wang Sheng quickly hid Li Qing in the bath with him, hoping to avoid a misunderstanding. He managed to deceive Tupan, but once she left, Wang Sheng's frustration boiled over. He turned to Li Qing, his voice sharp. He told her to leave. His heart, he insisted, only belonged to Tupan. The next morning, Li Qing refused to give up. She arrived at Wang Sheng's home with a freshly baked cake in hand, determined to win his heart. Tupan, noticing Li Qing's frequent visits, felt a pang of jealousy. In a heated moment, she pointed her sword directly at Li Qing, her eyes blazing. But before things escalated, Wang Sheng arrived just in time. Li Qing, quick on her feet, explained that Tupan had asked her to teach her how to bake. Wang Sheng, tasting the cake, immediately praised Tupan's skills, easing the tension. Tupan, satisfied with his response, left the scene, leaving Li Qing behind, even more intrigued by Wang Sheng's unwavering loyalty to his wife. Elsewhere, Feng Yi's senses flared as a powerful demon aura emanated from the mountain. Meanwhile, two exorcists, desperate and penniless, foolishly ventured up the mountain, hoping to hunt demons. But they were no match for the creatures lurking there, quickly captured and left at the mercy of the demons. That night, Tupan made her way to Li Qing's room, only to be struck by a horrifying sight. Li Qing's transformation was beyond anything she had imagined. Realization hit. Li Qing was behind the recent chaos in the city. Though Tupan had already uncovered her true nature, Li Qing showed no fear. In fact, she boldly confessed her desire. She wanted to take Tupan's place, to become Wang Sheng's wife. Fury blazed in Tupan's eyes. A battle between them was inevitable. The fight was brutal. Despite Tupan's strength, she was no match for Li Qing. Seizing the advantage, Li Qing swapped bodies with Tupan in a flash, leaving the real Tupan trapped in her own body. As if that weren't enough, Li Qing summoned her demon forces, ordering the soldiers to attack. The demon-sensing bottle reacted violently, its magic struggling to identify the truth. But Tupan, even trapped and disoriented, refused to give up. She fought back with all her might, managing to push the soldiers away, determined to reclaim her life and stop Li Qing's dangerous plot. Just as Tupan raised her hand to strike, Li Qing, confident in her victory, was interrupted by a familiar voice. Wang Sheng stepped into the room, blocking her attack. But he didn't recognize the woman before him. The body-swapped Tupan, now in Li Qing's form, stood motionless, confusion flashing in Wang Sheng's eyes. At that moment, Feng Yi arrived, his demon-detecting techniques pinpointing the presence of dark energy. With swift precision, Feng Yi trapped Tupan inside a massive scroll, sealing her with powerful symbols. Powerless, Tupan struggled as the binding spells took hold, eventually sealing her away in a painting. Li Qing, her expression cold and satisfied, requested that the painting be kept in her room, where it would remain as a constant reminder of her victory. The townspeople, unaware of the true events, celebrated their perceived triumph, believing the demon had been captured. Meanwhile, Li Qing made preparations to spend the night with Wang Sheng. She placed the painting of Tupan in her room, positioning it perfectly so Tupan could witness every intimate moment shared between her and Wang Sheng. Trapped in the painting, Tupan could do nothing but cry, helplessly watching as the man she loved embraced another woman. Not long after, the deadline for collecting human souls had come and gone, and with it, Lian faced her punishment. Unable to convince Li Qing to capture a soul, Lian was sealed away in the dark world, along with the two exorcists she had failed to capture earlier. Meanwhile, Qi Luo was assigned to replace her, tasked with retrieving Li Qing. She found Li Qing now inhabiting Tupan's body and tried to reason with her. Qi Luo told her that Wang Sheng's true love was reserved for his wife, not for Li Qing using her body. But Li Qing, cold and determined, refused to listen. All that mattered to her was being with Wang Sheng, and she'd do whatever it took to keep him. Fearing the same punishment that had befallen Lian, Qi Luo decided to take matters into her own hands. She would claim Wang Sheng's soul for herself, setting off an intense battle between her and Li Qing. The commotion drew Wang Sheng from his room, where he arrived just in time to stop the fight. Li Qing, ever the manipulator, explained that Qi Luo was her younger sister. Wang Sheng, shocked, insisted that Tupan didn't have a sister. Seizing the moment, Qi Luo tried to sway Wang Sheng, convincing him that she was indeed his wife's sister. After Wang Sheng left, Li Qing vowed to take his soul and return to Mama. But as the weight of her words hung in the air, Qi Luo made a choice. She abandoned her plan, leaving Li Qing to face the consequences alone. The next morning, Wang Sheng grew increasingly uneasy as he noticed troubling changes in his wife. Tupan had become distant, often refusing his attempts at intimacy. Her once kind demeanor had shifted, and she now spoke of a younger sister, someone Wang Sheng had never known about. Concerned, Wang Sheng sought out Feng Yi for answers. He explained the strange, snake-like shadow he had seen in his room, and Feng Yi, after hearing his story, handed him a special wine. This wine, Feng Yi claimed, would reveal a demon's true form when consumed. Meanwhile, Tupan's soldiers had started to notice her strange behavior as well. Her frequent absences from patrol raised suspicions among them, but no one could explain the sudden changes. Later that evening, Wang Sheng prepared a feast, accompanied by the special wine Feng Yi had given him. But as the night unfolded, an odd energy gripped the town, sending a ripple of unease through the air. Li Qing, sensing something was wrong, grew anxious. She requested Wang Sheng's company for a funeral, claiming her aunt had passed away. Wang Sheng agreed, but insisted that Li Qing first drink the special wine. Reluctantly, she complied. Before they left, Wang Sheng took the painting from his room, the one containing Tupan's true soul. With that, they set off, unaware of what awaited them. Later, Li Qing led Wang Sheng to a ruin where an unexpected ambush awaited. Two exorcists, who had been sent to hunt demons, revealed themselves as transformed creatures. As they launched their attack, Li Qing urged Wang Sheng to flee, but he refused, determined to protect his wife. In that moment, Li Qing's resolve faltered. She confessed the truth. She was not Tupan, but she promised to reveal the real Tupan's location if Wang Sheng left the scene unharmed. As the battle raged on, chaos erupted when Wang Sheng lost his grip on the painting containing Tupan's soul. Desperate to retrieve it, he lunged forward, but one of the exorcists blocked his way, preventing him from reaching the painting. In that moment, Li Qing sprang into action. With fierce determination, she sealed one of the exorcists, rendering them helpless, and then, with a swift push, sent the other into the painting to protect Wang Sheng. Despite this, the fight wasn't over. Li Qing faced off against the remaining exorcist, but her struggle was intensified by the fact that she was no longer in her original body. Her movements were sluggish, and with a forceful throw, she was sent crashing backward. The impact sent Li Qing tumbling toward the sealed Tupan, and in an instant, their bodies swapped once more. Li Qing was now trapped in Tupan's form, and Tupan found herself back in Li Qing's body. Outside the painting, the air shifted as Qi Luo appeared, but not to aid Wang Sheng. This time she came with orders to take Li Qing back to Mama. Just as the tension peaked, Feng Yi appeared, moving with precision. In a flash, he snatched the painting from the chaos and trapped Qi Luo inside it, sending her into the sealed space with the others. Feng Yi's next move was clear. He needed to extract Li Qing from the painting, convinced that she and Tupan hadn't swapped bodies back yet. With swift precision, Feng Yi freed Li Qing, then burned the painting, ensuring that the demons could no longer escape its confines. Once Li Qing was free, Wang Sheng, still reeling from the chaos, embraced her, believing she was his wife. But the weight of the deception pressed heavily on Li Qing. Unable to lie any longer, she confessed that Pan was still trapped in the dark realm and that they had swapped on bodies again. The revelation hit Wang Sheng like a blow to the chest. Guilt and heartbreak flooded him as he processed the truth. In an attempt to ease his pain, Li Qing offered to transform into Pan, hoping to fill the void in his heart. But Wang Sheng, his resolve unwavering, gently refused. No one could replace his wife. Li Qing, perplexed by his rejection, asked why. With a heavy heart, Wang Sheng explained that true love couldn't be faked. Li Qing, unable to understand the depth of such love, felt the weight of disappointment settle in. With a final glance, Wang Sheng asked her to leave. Before continuing his search for Pan, Wang Sheng was warned by Feng Yi about the dark realm, an elusive, perilous place suspended between heaven and hell. But Wang Sheng, driven by his determination to find his wife, refused to be deterred. Feng Yi appeared again, offering to help Wang Sheng enter the dark realm as a way of atoning for his past mistakes. He cautioned Wang Sheng that the realm was a place teeming with lost souls and that he must return before sunrise or risk being trapped forever. Wang Sheng, desperate, agreed to the terms without hesitation. With a steady hand, Feng Yi guided him into the dark realm. They arrived in a desolate ice plain where the air was thick with an eerie silence. Moments later, Feng Yi quickly spotted Pan, her form trapped beneath the ice. But the closer Wang Sheng tried to get, the further she seemed to drift away. Each step he took only deepened the distance between them, leaving him swallowed by confusion and sorrow. Li Qing, tormented by the knowledge that Wang Sheng had entered the dark realm, approached Feng Yi with a desperate request. She sought his help to follow him. She had come to a painful realization. Everything had unraveled because of her defiance of fate. Humans and demons could never truly be united. Feng Yi, seeing the depth of her regret, agreed to help her atone for her mistakes and restore balance. With his guidance, Li Qing entered the dark realm, her heart heavy with the weight of her actions. As soon as Li Qing arrived, she trapped Wang Sheng in a mirror, casting him into a labyrinth of endless corridors. There, lost and confused, Wang Sheng encountered Pan, only for Li Qing to appear soon after, her intentions unclear. Meanwhile, Feng Yi, sensing Wang Sheng's danger, rushed to intervene. But before he could act, Mama appeared, having tracked Li Qing's movements. The air grew thick with tension as Li Qing, realizing the magnitude of her mistake, fell to her knees before Mama. She begged for forgiveness, pleading for the release of both Pan and Wang Sheng, acknowledging that all of this chaos had sprung from her own actions. But Mama's heart was stone. Unmoved by Li Qing's remorse, she fixed her cold gaze on Wang Sheng and Pan, intent on claiming their souls. With no hope of peace, the battle between them erupted. Fortunately, Feng Yi arrived just in time to aid Wang Sheng and Pan, as Mama's fury tore through the dark realm, causing it to collapse around them. The air cracked with tension as the very ground seemed to tremble beneath the weight of Mama's wrath. In a desperate bid to protect Wang Sheng from being captured, Li Qing made a heart-wrenching decision. She chose to stay behind, sacrificing herself to ensure that both Wang Sheng and Pan could escape the crumbling realm. Before Wang Sheng left, Li Qing offered him only a quiet thank you. Her voice was filled with gratitude, not for the pain, but for the love he had shown her and the lessons he had imparted. For the first time, she truly understood the meaning of love, and it was a lesson she would carry with her forever. And with that, the dark realm fell into chaos, its fate sealed. So the moral of the story is, if you're a demon trying to steal a guy's soul, maybe don't forget that love is more powerful than a seductive cake or body-swapping antics. Also, always check if your lover is actually your wife. Not recognizing your partner can lead to some really awkward moments.